Okay, welcome. JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, on a little vacation in Thailand this month, but I thought I would go over some expenses from living in Manila in the Philippines, and specifically in BGC, Bonifacio Global City, considered arguably the most expensive city in the Philippines. But I'll let you decide as far as what the expenses are compared to where you live. Okay, so I've been away from the States for over a year and a half now, so I'm not really sure. I left before the inflation thing hit. Now, inflation has been global. It's been affecting everybody, including us here in the Philippines. Prices are going up, but I wanted to let you know what my cost of living is, and you can compare it. You can see, because I know a lot of you, I have almost 50% of my audience are from the U.S. 50% of my subscribers are from the U.S. And they're probably looking at either visiting here or maybe retiring and living here, either temporary or permanent, or coming here as a digital nomad and working here remotely. So let's run through. I've got them up here on the screen, and I'll post them for you here in the video. So my rent for a one-bedroom condo, about 60 square meters in BGC, Bonifacio Global City, my pay was 40,000 peso a month, and that comes to about $720 US. Okay, so that's the most expensive part of my whole expenses for the month is my rent. Now, the electric and water are fairly reasonable, I think. I run my AC. I have two AC units, one in the bedroom, one in the living room. I run the living room one at around 27, 26, usually, sometimes down to 25. That's during the day. I shut that off at night. And when I'm in my bedroom asleep, I run my bedroom AC at about 22 Celsius. So I like it. I like it nice and cool, so I can get under the covers and feel comfy when I'm sleeping. So my electric and my water combined run about 5,000. They've never really been over 5,000. If they have, it's only been by 100 pesos or so. Usually it's around 4, but I'm overestimating on all these costs, so you kind of get a better understanding. So about 5,000 pesos, and today's rate is about 90 US dollars. So 90 US dollars for electric and for the water bill. Okay, so when you talk about your utility bills, sewer and garbage, not included in this, in the condo fees. So, all right. So my Wi-Fi, I get high-speed Wi-Fi. It's 100 Mbps. So for that high speed, I'm paying 2,100 peso a month, and that's about $38 for my high speed Wi-Fi. Now understand, there's people that live in the Philippines in smaller towns or in other areas in provinces, and they're probably going to pay a lot less. These are prices in Manila. These are prices in BGC. Okay, so they're going to be higher than most other places in the Philippines. So if you're not a city person, if you don't want to live in the city, you want to live in the country, or you want to live in a small community or a province area, if you want a provincial life, then you're going to pay less, considerably less for a lot of these things. But I pay more for convenience because I get reliable high-speed internet. I don't have brownout issues like you do in other places in the Philippines. We call them brownouts here. It's blackouts, where you lose electricity for a long extended period of time. We don't have those issues. There's no flooding issues in BGC because the sewer and the drainage system is top notch. All the power grid is underground, so there's no power lines above ground. So you don't have those blackout or brownout issues like you would in other places. And the Wi-Fi is a lot better here. You have that fiber optic. So anyway, so 2,100 peso for my Wi-Fi. That's $38. My cell phone, I've got a local Philippine number cell phone that I do. It's postpaid, so I pay It's not one of those you pay as you go. You just pay like you would in the States. You're paying a monthly charge, and my monthly charge is 800 peso a month, and that's for limited data. And I can't remember what it was. I originally got the unlimited, and I was paying a lot more, but I realized I didn't need it because my data on my U.S. phone, I've got an international plan for T-Mobile, and it works pretty good. So I don't even need a SIM card for my U.S. phone. So, but I use that Philippine cell phone because I need that number to register for some things like Gcash and things like that. So that's 800 peso. That's $14 a month. So not bad. Groceries, about 10,000. Let's just round it around 10,000 pesos a month. So about $180 a month. I buy a minimal amount of groceries. I cook about the same things. I have maybe 4 or 5 dishes that I cook, and they're Western, but I get a big bag of rice, so I cook rice too. I've got a rice cooker in my unit, so about 10,000. Now, sometimes that'll run a little less, sometimes it'll run a little more. So that comes to about $180 a month. Now, let's talk about entertainment. Entertainment, as in going out and having a couple of drinks with friends. 2 beers. If I go out and have 2 beers, that's 200 peso basically. So break that down. That's just under $4. Do that. If I do that maybe 4 nights a week, you're talking 800 pesos. Okay, so about a little over $15 a week for for drinking. Dinner. If I go out 4 times a week, and these are I don't go out 4 times a week for dinner, but I'm saying on those occasions if I do, that's about 1,600. If I have a date, maybe just go out for dinner. Maybe that's 600 pesos, maybe a little more. So I'm paying about 3,000 pesos a week to go out for entertainment. So that comes to about 12,000 pesos a month. So that's about 216 US dollars a month for quote unquote entertainment. Okay, transportation. I rarely have to get a ride anywhere. In BGC, you can pretty much walk anywhere as long as the weather is, if it's raining, you probably want to get a grab or a taxi or something like that. If I got a lot of groceries and I'm lugging them home, and it's about 6 or 8 blocks from the grocery store to my condo, and they're heavy, I might get a taxi for that. And really, from Market to my condo is about 8 blocks, and it's only about 75 pesos, so maybe $1.50. But that's on rare occasion. But sometimes I'll go outside of BGC. Maybe I'll go to Makati, to a bar or a restaurant or a club, or I might go to Quezon City to visit a friend in QC. So I put about 1,000 peso a month for transportation. So that's probably going to be less most months, but sometimes it'll be around 1,000. So that's $18 a month for transportation. That's taxi, that's Grab, that's Joyride. You can also use your Ankas, and Joyride and Ankas are motorcycle, but Joyride also has a car option too. So does Grab. So that's your transportation. Visa extension. So I'm on a tourist visa, so I have to go every month or however long I want to extend to get a visa extension for my tourist visa, and you can do that up to 3 years without having to leave the country. So it's about 2,000 peso. For a visa extension, that's about $36. Now, if you want to do the express visa extension, so you get that visa back that same day within an hour, it's going to cost you a little more. But if you come back the next day, that's the $2,000. Insurance, travel insurance, it's going to depend on your age and who you go with. There's several different companies you can go with. There's also insurance companies here in the Philippines that you can go through. But my insurance costs about 6,331 peso a month. So that's about $114 a month for my age. That's another kind of one of those expenses that are a little high. moving on, U.S. expenses. So my U.S. expenses um, are a little higher than normal because a lot of people who move here, they kind of cut out everything in the U.S. So all their expenses are directly in the Philippines. I'm not that way. I still have my U.S. Cell phone. I have my T-Mobile international plan. It's unlimited text and data. I do get charged 25 cents a minute for phone calls, but I rarely ever make phone calls internationally. So, and if I call locally, I'll use my Filipino phone. So I don't have any issues with that. So that comes to about 3,610 pesos, or about $65 a month for my U.S. phone. Now storage, I still have some items I have in storage. I have an 5 by 10 storage unit in the States that I store some of the rest of my things that I didn't sell. And that's about 88 US dollars a month. So that's 4,887 peso a month. All right. So, and then my car, I still have my car in the US, and I've got that in storage as well. And that's about $40 a month for my car. So 2,221 peso is what I pay monthly for my car storage. So the total amount of my expenses come to 89,949 peso a month, and that's just over $1,600, $1,619. That's everything, all my U.S. expenses, all my Philippine expenses, and a lot of those expenses I exaggerated a little bit. I guessed a little high on those, just so you know that you can live on $1,600 a month U.S. I would not consider it. I would not, if you just have $1,600 a month that you're getting for pension or Social Security or a paycheck or whatever the case may be, I would not come over here. That's going to be a very tight budget. Now, you can cut out all your expenses as far as entertainment. You can eat everything at home. You don't have to go out to eat. You don't have to go out for drinks with friends. You don't have to go out on dates. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So you can cut about, if you do none of that, that's 12,000 peso, or about $216 a month that you can cut out of your budget. But what are you going to do? Just sit in your apartment all day and do nothing? I mean, you've got to have some sort of hobby, or you got to have some sort of pleasure, something that keeps you going day to day and week to week and month to month, because otherwise you're just going to be miserable here. You're going to get depressed because you won't meet anybody, and it's not going to be a good thing. So have some entertainment. When I get my golf clubs here, I'm going to start golfing again. So that's going to be another expense. But I can either add that to the total I have now, or I can subtract some of that other entertainment and add that golf entertainment in there to keep it about the same, because I want to kind of keep it around 1,600. That's a good number for me, because then with the rest of the money I get every month, that allows me to do other things like buy more equipment for my YouTube channel, or travel like I am now, traveling to Thailand, and travel and do these things, or travel throughout the Philippines and do these videos for you, so I can kind of share my experiences with you and share, what it's like living over here in Southeast Asia. If you've never been over here and you want to come visit, that's what I want to do. I want to show you what it's like to be here, and I want to show you the real side as far as how much it's going to cost you. So, but don't come out here on a nickel and a dime, because you're going to be miserable. You're not going to be able to do anything, and you're going to get depressed, and it's not good. I don't ever want to advise anybody to come on out here on just a small salary or a small pension. Make sure you've got money. Make sure you have some savings. Make sure you got that backup plan. But my budget is about 1,600 a month, and that's pretty good for me. I'm going to actually downsize on my condo to cut some expenses there. So that's my next plan of attack. And so I'll get you updated there. I'm kind of doing some apartment hunting and looking around, see, and I'll give you an update if and when I end up moving somewhere else. May not be in Manila, may be somewhere. So I'll keep you updated on that. So if you're wondering about living over here, that's my expenses. Now you can live as cheap or as luxurious as your lifestyle wants, as you want, because it's completely up to you. You have to form your own budget, but I wouldn't just come in here, just come in here and rent something right off the top. I wouldn't do that. I would come in here first, get a hotel for a couple of days while you look around for a good, Airbnb or Agoda rental that you can rent for a few weeks at a time, and then see how you like the area, and then do the same thing somewhere else. If you want to live in the city, check out BGC, check out Makati. There's some great areas in Manila. Check out the other cities too, in the other islands like Cebu. Check out Iloilo, Dumaguete, Davao City. There's tons of other places that are beautiful and really nice. It might be better for you, or check out the smaller places that are more provincial. Whatever you want to do, come here and check it out first before you make that final decision if you're going to live here or not. If you're just coming for vacation, you got 2 weeks, spend a few days in each area, or spend your 2 weeks in one area and see everything in that area while you're here for those 2 weeks. That's kind of up to you, but what are you waiting for? Come on out, check things out. If you're in the BGC Manila area, contact me. I'd love to meet you guys. It's kind of neat when somebody sees me and recognizes me as a YouTuber. That's kind of a really humbling and neat experience, and I really enjoy talking to people face to face too. So, but anyway, so that's my expenses. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you're living in the Philippines, tell me what your expenses are if you want to. If you're thinking about moving here, if you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as honestly as possible. I may not have all the answers for you, but if I do have answers that are correct, I'm going to give them to you. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to tell you something I don't know. I'll either find somebody who knows, or I'll tell you I just don't know the answer to that. But I will give you the advice if you have. If I know it, I'll give you my advice or my opinion. So, again, thanks again. Make sure you like, share, and hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I post my new videos, because I want you to see my experiences too. I want you to share that. So, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate everything. And you guys have a great night. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.